Hi, I'm Kendall Lucas with Lucas Productions Audio Visual. Today, I'd like to take some time to discuss live streaming and hybrid meetings, to compare and contrast programs like Zoom and Skype using small webcams or laptop cameras versus having a professional provide all those services for you and taking all that worry and burden off your shoulders. So let's take a second, concentrate on what you get with Skype and Zoom. So right here is a perfect example of a meeting, a small meeting in a room using a webcam, and I'll just make this larger for you so you can concentrate on that while I'm talking. Notice that the lighting is overexposed. It's difficult to see emotions, difficult to see who's talking. There's not a lot of impact. By the way, all of the videos that you'll see during this case study, you will not hear any sound because we want to make sure we protect the integrity, the privacy, and any copyright that may be present for our clients and organizations. So you won't be hearing any of the sound. But that's a great example of what it looks like using a webcam, Skype, or Zoom. Now if we compare and contrast that, let me just bring this up for you real quick, to the meeting we actually did in helping them out, and I'll make this larger for you. What you'll notice right off the bat, the lighting is much better. We're able to get in tight shots to actually see the emotion, to see who's talking. It's much more, the message is much more impactful when it's backed up by folks not having to squint or not having to guess. It's just right out there. Notice we can also do the boxes just like they do on CNN, and then here's a countdown to their meeting with a nice graphic of their hotel. Just lets people know they're in the right spot and the meeting's going to be starting soon. It's funny, the folks that were in this meeting and all the meetings that we do, we always supply what we call confidence monitors. We use that to show people when they're online on the stream, so that folks who are watching the stream, or rather so that the folks that are there on the stream know that they're being broadcast. We want them to have confidence in knowing when they're on the screen and when they're off the screen. Lower third tier that tells everybody who they are, what organizations they're with. Here you see it's Kay, and she's a sales manager. It's easy to see. Additionally, if you're in a situation where maybe there is no lower third, maybe, for instance, like right now you don't see one, if you were to tune in, it's like, oh, who is that talking? Well, we've got a QR code that's there in the bottom right. That QR code can be made for any of our clients. That particular one that you're looking at is our QR code. So if you scanned it, it would take you to lucasproductionsusa.com, exactly where we want you to go to learn more about our organization. But we can customize that for any of our clients to direct to any website or PDF or any information you want folks to have that you think is relative to your organization or your stream. Moving right along, we're going to go now to church services. This is what we did for a church, and that was for Mother's Day, I believe. And then here is a slideshow leading up to the start of the broadcast. PA announcement, tell people, different things that are happening, what the dates are, what the start dates are, start times rather. And then you can see here for graduation, June 6 p.m. they were going to do that. Then we get to the countdown. This takes us right into the broadcast, lets people know, hey, we're about to start. Again, we have the band up there. It was raining that day, which was kind of a downer, but it was only raining during setup. It was amazing because as soon as service started, the rain stopped. Everybody was kind of looking at each other. It was funny. You can see at the bottom, the lower thirds, they designed those and provided them for us, and we implemented those for them in the webcast, in the live stream. You can do that, or we can help you design those. It's not a real difficult task, but we want to make sure that, again, you're represented, you and your organization are represented how you want to be on the stream. Panning across, showing the various folks that were in attendance. We want folks, we can't replace being there live, but we want folks to feel the next best thing, which is seeing it live. And it just gets you that much closer. It really makes the message that more impactful. And the fact that they know it's live, you do see if any little idiosyncrasies happen. You see that. I mean, it's a live event. So in the background, you have camera operators, you have video operators, you have a sound technician. You also have producers that are calling the shots. You know, zoom in here, focus in on that, pan over here. They get it set, and once the shot is set, they call for that transition. The transitions can be cuts, they can be smooth. If the client wanted any specific transition, we could help out with that. Now, they had slideshows during their services, which we also implemented. And at the end, you will see they had a slideshow chronicling, or rather presenting the different mothers within the congregation, which was kind of cool. Then we can see here, again, we set the shot up before the shot was actually taken. And while they were in their service, we were communicating to the camera operator and told him, yeah, that's exactly what we want. And once he knew and he was in motion, we transferred over to him, made the transition. Again, that's one of the differences that professionals can bring. Here, the cars are leaving. Well, what this does, we show this. It signifies that the service is coming to a close, and as the band and the pastor is singing and the cars are leaving, there's no doubt in anyone's mind what's going on at what point of the service it is. So just some fun shots at the end there that we were getting. And then here's that slideshow I was telling you about. Great. So that was church services. In addition to corporate meetings, hybrid meetings, we also do fundraisers. And those can also be hybrid, or they can be 100% streamed. We happen to help in this particular stream the Humane Society. We love helping them, love helping the animals. So I'm going to make this larger again so you can concentrate on, and by the way, these videos that you're watching were actually streamed. So once we streamed them, we downloaded the content from YouTube, spliced it together into short clips here for the purposes of this video. So the quality you see is actually the quality you get on the stream, which is phenomenal. It's great. Stars of the show coming out here, the animals, that's great. You notice this room was not very big. It was only about 10 feet wide. They had a backdrop that for the majority of the time we were focused in on. They also had a watermark, which is your logo with a transparent background. In the top right you'll see, just to reinforce the brand, and that's always on there. And this was their slide at the beginning with the countdown, and they also promote a lot of the folks that were supporting their cause, a lot of their sponsors. And we wanted to get the dogs out there too, which was important. Notice the background worked really well when we were in tight shots, and that was the purpose of having it. If you don't have a background and don't want to make one, we can certainly help out. Here's a graphic they supplied. Hashtag Raise the Wolf. We did that to reinforce the message that they were sending when they were talking about it, and they did it in several different ways. Dr. Gallus does a great job there. Here's another one of their sponsors. Again, so it's all about, I know I'm going fast, but it's all about getting that information out there, supporting your brand. We don't want to give any wiggle room for folks to become disinterested or confused as to what's going on. So that was the organization Humane Society of Pinellas. That was our fundraiser case study. Now I want to talk to you about a case study that's very near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, I can't show you the actual video from the event itself. I'm going to show you the video from the setup, which was the same venue and the same lighting. Everything was the same. You just don't actually see the services. This was for a funeral service, and you'll see that's the funeral director there, and we're just doing some last second sound checks, and she wanted to hear for herself, so we did that for her. Interesting thing about this particular event, the client said that they wanted it to be low key, and we understood that to mean that in the order of conducting our business for them and our services for them, that we should be as transparent as possible, and I think we achieved that. We did not supply our own lighting for this event. We used the lighting that was right there at the venue, and so we adjusted our cameras to fit their lighting scenario. That's not always the best solution. However, for this particular event, that was the solution that we needed to come up with, and so that's what we did. We had 2 cameras. You see the one camera here. That's the camera that was in the back of the room for our tight and wide shots to follow folks as they circled the casket, because they had certain rituals and traditions that they did to train the camera on the officiant. And then we also had a second camera that they requested be trained on the decedent in the casket, because folks were going to be putting various items in there, sentimental value, and so we needed to be able to show the folks online that. And then also locally, we had a monitor to show the folks who were in attendance local. There was about 30 people, what was going on and what the folks in live streaming land were seeing as well. So again, the monitor is key. It's very important. The family was very appreciative, said that they gave us 5 stars on Google and said that we really showed them the respect that their loved one deserved, that their family deserved, and the patience and being able to adjust for their needs. And that's exactly what we did. And we take a lot of pride in being able to accomplish that for our clients. So that's pretty much the 4 case studies that I wanted to show you today, just to show you the difference between Skype, Zoom, a laptop, and a USB camera versus what a professional can bring to the table for you. Certainly scan the QR code if you'd like to find out more information about me, our company, or what it is that we do. We also do live events. We also do rentals, but primarily we're focusing on live streaming for this video to help folks see the difference out there. I hope it's been informative. Hope you stay safe. Thank you so much. Have a great day.